All right, sweet. We're live. All right. God, getting used to looking at this camera is going to be so weird. It's like, God, it's so awkward. All right, well, I get used to it. This is just an introduction commitment video for myself and kind of a backstory and why I am here, what this YouTube channel is about, and so on and so forth. So, quick little elevator pitch. My name is Doug Puna. I'm 22 years old. I am from a middle-sized town in New Jersey. I have a bachelor's degree in finance from an in-state university, and my final 2 years at that university, I was simultaneously interning at being a financial advisor. And before I took that role, I kind of had no idea what I was going to do with my life in middle school and high school and in college. Zero clue. All I knew is that I wanted to help people, which is very, very. There's something outside that scared the crap out of me. I'm not sure if you heard that, but it was super vague. Super vague. I guess you could say life goal that I had. Career path that I wanted to take. But I knew that was it. And I knew I wanted to do it in a very deep personal level, considering I have so much empathy for people. If you know my mom, if you're watching this, you know my mother, and you know exactly where I get it from. But that is the foundation of what I wanted to do. And considering I was pursuing a degree in finance and I wanted to help people, financial advisor was the perfect role. So that's what I started to get into, and I loved it. I really did like it, and I was helping people. I was helping people that I was really close with, my friends, my close family, just my circle. And what they told me while I was there, and this is no disrespect or anything. I love everybody that I worked with, my mentors. I wouldn't be the man that I would be or that I am today without them. Truly incredible people. But the way they told me, and everybody around me that was also an advisor told me that I needed to network and market myself through these traditional strategies: word of mouth, um, cold calling, your natural market, which is just the people that you already know, seminars, networking events, and then referrals will start to, come into fruition after some time. So those were the strategies that my mentors and the people that were really successful, told me, that's what it takes. And, that's true in a sense. And that's what I did. And primarily, I got a lot of my clients through my natural market. And some referrals were starting to, actually, not really. I was still kind of just hammering, putting myself out there. I really didn't get many referral clients. I was, an intern and only a few years in. And interning at this firm, by the way, you are essentially your own financial advisor, but you just do joint work a lot of the times because, obviously, I'm not going to tell some 65-year-old business owner what to do with their business when I am still in school learning the things that I need to know. But that was, but on the younger side, uh, getting myself out there was definitely reaped the benefits while I was there. But there was one a really obvious thing that struck me, and it was this big realization that led me to leave uh, the my financial career as a whole, and why I'm making this YouTube video right now. And that realization was none of these advisors had an online presence. They had visibility, meaning they had the LinkedIn, they had the website, and like maybe they had an Instagram, right? But it was just to make it um, known that they're doing what they are doing. They are financial advisors, right? But there wasn't any substance or any content behind these social channels, these social platforms, in terms of creating content, creating valuable content that helps the people that are like their clients, that the people that they work with or their target audience, right? Um, there was nothing out there that benefited these people, and that was just a not a it was just a realization, not necessarily a red flag, but an opportunity. And I had two options at this point. I could have kept going being an advisor and kind of taking this strategy alongside with it, or I could help people implement this client acquisition strategy in their own line of in their own business, and so I can help other advisors. And so decided to take option two. Red pill, blue pill, whatever. I took the second option, and that's why I'm making this YouTube video right now. This is the beginning of my journey to help as many um, advisors out there that own RIAs, that are investment advisors, wealth managers, to build an online client acquisition system that gets eyeballs flowing into these platforms and them absorbing this really valuable content that you're putting out there, which is essentially you're solving the problems that your primary audience or your clients tend to have, because you want to work with the people that you work best with. You might work with engineers, doctors, business owners, younger people, college grads, whoever it may be. You are solving these problems that they have, and obviously they find value from it, and they feel like you could be the person to help them out because you have free content that they're absorbing online. In a forever growing digital world, this is becoming more and more relevant. And there's plenty of other reasons as to why this works, whether it be almost at a point, you do this long enough, you get a predictable amount of appointments per month just based on the off of the organic material you're putting online. So again, there's plenty of and I wish I can just spew them out all right now, but I don't want this to get too long. And I'm gonna put it out in future videos. I'm not gonna gatekeep, I promise. But yeah, that's essentially it. I want to help as many advisors as possible really build an online presence and do it effectively. And so that's it for now. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want this to run for too long, but yeah, that's really it. And I'm looking forward to it. I really want to see how many people I can help with this. So huge opportunity. So yeah, that's it.